What is going on, everyone? It is the final streaming day of the week for me. And on today's show, we got some great stuff. We're going to be talking about Clair Obscur Expedition 33, which came out yesterday. And I'll be reacting to a couple of trailers that were released this week that I didn't get around to watching, including the new Ghost of Yotei trailer and the gameplay reveal for Elena, the final DLC character in Season 2 of Street Fighter 6. Plus, we'll be chilling, having good vibes. It's good stuff all around today. What a great day of gaming. I can't wait. So sit back and relax. It's time for a week-ending, very fun episode of the Level 1 Podcast.
Get ready for some meaningful content, because the king is back, the king of a live stream, the king is back. Woo! Because the king is back, the king of a live stream, the king is back. Oh!
All right, happy Friday, everybody. Today is Friday, the 25th of April, 2025. I'm Darkside Phil, and this is the Level 1 Podcast. It's time to celebrate a great week, man. This was a solid week, man. Good stuff. We had progress in all the games that we've been enjoying, including Blueprints, right? Wrapping up playthroughs like Atomfall. Started up a brand new run of Oblivion Remastered, which was shadow dropped back on Tuesday. And Clair Obscur began yesterday. Plus, Lego Knights returned. Minecraft Chill continued. It was a good one. I had a great time of 6 days of streaming. I hope you guys did too, but it's not over yet. It is time for a full day of fun today with more Clair Obscur Expedition 33, which I'll be talking about in a few moments and let you know my true thoughts about the first few hours of the game. And tonight, more Blueprints Chill, which I'm very excited for. Also, let's be honest. This week, we had a little bit of a faltering at the beginning, but then, boom, 5 straight streams of hitting my goals. Momentum is back. We had a fun DSP tries it yesterday of Chipotle for the very first time. And I have my air conditioner installed in the office. So I'm nice and cool, no longer overheated and grumpy, wearing full summer attire because it's been so warm. And quite frankly, it looks like we fully converted because it looks like there's a couple days of rain, then more heat. So I'm just going to leave it as is. It's summertime here on DSPGaming, even though it's only April. So there you go. All right. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this week as much as I did. Seems like you did, overall. The only negative was the crazy, insane criminal troll who socially engineered my Walmart account to cancel my Switch 2 pre-orders. But it is what it is. I talked all about that at length yesterday. If you want to know the full story, watch the podcast from yesterday. Well, I fully explained it. And like I said, even if there are any updates regarding Switch 2, I'm not going to tell you. Seriously, I'm just not going to tell you because who knows what lengths these crazy people will go to try to screw with me and my content. So I'm just not going to bring it up. All right. All right. So I hope you're doing well. Welcome, everyone, to the show. I want to say thank you because in the last few days, we had a big reinvigoration and boost of support. I definitely appreciate that, okay? So we are currently at 33 out of 40 goals hit. And I just want to let everyone know up front, yesterday we came to a really interesting determination on what we should do for our next goal reward at 40 goals hit. For the next DSP tries it, we're doing something unique and different. There is a place called Salty Blue, which is a unique seafood restaurant, but they also do other things. So they do like various breaded fish, shrimp. They actually do chicken schnitzel and a few other things. And I've never really had any of this stuff besides maybe shrimp, that they serve. So this would be a completely unique, restaurant to get a DSP tries it from. Kind of similar to, remember when I did Katsu Burger back in the fall? It's kind of similar to that. So I'm excited for this. Sounds really good. And that's what we're going to do when we hit 40 goals. The sooner that we hit those goals, the sooner we'll do this special edition of DSP Tries It. And then at 50 goals hit, we're going to do a marathon, which will be perfect because if you look at the timing, it's likely going to be about a month since the last marathon, which was my birthday marathon event, right? But the question is, what should the marathon be? And, thinking about it, I would say the two ideas that we have, okay? The two ideas that we have are very good. The first would be the return of viewer's choice, where you guys will nominate a bunch of games, and then based on the amount of nominations each game gets, we do a poll, and the games that win the poll, I will play during a marathon setting for about an hour each. Dependent on how those games are enjoyed during the marathon will determine if I actually play any of them as full playthroughs moving forward. Last time we did this back in February or March, I think it was February, we ended up doing a full playthrough of Onimusha HD, which was amazing. Seriously, it was super duper fun. And now because of that, I'm going to end up playing Onimusha 2 HD next month and the new Onimusha next year. So these viewers' choice events usually result in some really fun stuff. But we had another idea as well. And this idea also might really resonate. The idea is thus: closet clean out 2025, but at the same time, the retiring event for the hats and the vests. For those who don't know, for the years of 2020 through probably first half of last year, whenever I hit a support goal, I would put on a silly hat and a vest, depending on how much we raised during a stream. Hats range from things like a cowboy hat, a football helmet, a fisherman's hat with lures sticking off of it, a red fedora, among many other things. Some were actually themed. Some were actually themed to, by the way, just ignore all the nonsense of these idiots, okay, who are typing in my chat. I've had enough of their bullshit, and I'm just going to instantly ban all of them. All right, you see who they are. Right now, they're doing it in Kick Chat. So if you see that nonsense, I'm not going to address it. I'm just going to immediately ban these idiots with their fantasy worlds and nonsense, okay? All right. What it is they don't want me to have fun and talk about positive stuff. They want me to talk about toxic, negative stuff, which I've already moved past. Okay. So, yeah. So what we would do, because we have all these different hats and vests and things, is go through them. Like, actually document all the ones that I have. For example, geez, I've got a straw hat for when I did the One Piece playthrough. I've got, like, the Knight's helmet hat. I think I would probably say at least 10 to 15 hats up there that I've had from over the years, okay? And then vests. The red vest, the gold vest, the Pokemon vest, the denim vest, the platinum vest, the beige vest, the Marty McFly orange vest, the gray vest, the blue vest. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think I have about 9 vests, 10 vests, something like that. Okay. So with the incredible amount of stuff that we have there, the idea for the marathon would be this. Okay. It's first half is closet clean out, meaning what we're doing is during the course of this marathon, I'm going to my closet, I'm cleaning all this thing out, and I'm saying, do I want to keep this? Do I want to throw this out? Do I keep this and put it in storage and pack it nicely? Because right now my closet is a huge mess again. Remember, I cleaned it out about 3 years ago, and we discovered some hidden gems, like great games that are classic games that have some value. But at the same time, there was a lot of junk. So we cleaned it out. But what's happened is over the last 3 years, particularly this last year, where I did the big upgrade of my setup, right? My office, all these boxes, cords, and things. I got to figure out, what do I want to keep? What do I want to get rid of? What am I going to use for my background? What won't I, etc. All right. So that in itself could be a fun, chill day of looking at everything together. It's hilarious because when we did the first closet clean out, everyone said this is going to be the most boring thing ever. And it ended up being one of my most successful events. Everyone loved it. People were like, "Oh, will you do another closet in your house?" I said, "What? No." But here we are 3 years later, and I feel like it's time again. It's really messy, but the idea is when we hit milestones of support, like let's say we hit $50 of support, you guys will vote on one of my hats, and then I will put on that hat and wear it on the stream until we hit another milestone. And what'll happen is over the course of the day, as we hit these milestones and you guys vote on various different silly things for me to wear, we'll retire them. I'll actually have like a storage bin. And once I've worn it, so the blue vest, wear it for the last time. Okay, well, when we get to the next vest, I don't know, the gray vest, the blue vest is retired. You take it off, put it in the bin. That's it. Now, I'm not saying we would absolutely never, ever wear this stuff again, but it would only be for special occasions. You know, it's not constant. Obviously, we completely retired it, right? So I think that could be a fun marathon too. So the question is, what do you guys want? And we have about a week and a half roughly to figure this out. Because if we stay on pace, we'll probably hit the goals and do DSP tries it around the middle of next week, which means this marathon will probably happen around the first, second week of May. Okay. So let's start talking about it. What do you guys think? Cade says he definitely wants the game stream, the viewers choice game event. What do you guys think? Everybody else, I'm down for either. I think either is a good event and it's good variety for the streams, good content, and stuff that people will enjoy. But it's really up to you guys what you want. PC Gaming says viewers choice. Viewer's choice is better than a spring cleaning. I'm down for viewer's choice. I really am. But we need to figure this out because if it is going to be viewer's choice, then I need to put up the post next week, probably like Sunday, Monday of next week, so you guys can start nominating games. And then we'll have about a week to nominate and a few days to vote, and that'll determine the marathon. Okay. Big Boss says, are we going to do the signed vest goes to the highest donor? Only if, like I said, maybe if we have a goal to raise that day, and if we hit that goal, then, right, whoever was the biggest contributor by the end of the marathon, I'll, do a vest that I mail to them or something. It's possible. I guess we'd have to talk about it. What's up, King Michael? How you doing today, man? Well, you guys think about it. Let's figure it out. What I would like to say is let's determine it maybe on Sunday. On Sunday, let's figure out exactly what the marathon will be. All right. So that way, if we're going to do viewer's choice, I have the thread up. You guys can start nominating games right away for the week. Okay. Cool. All right. So, all that being said, thank you guys for a great show week. I hope that you guys have had a good time. Let's get some support on the stream rolling. In fact, as I was literally as I said that, our first support of the day came in from Kate. I'll shout that out in a second. Let's get some support in, guys. How about some super chats, some tips, some memberships, and some subs? All right. 5 straight streams of hitting the goals. I would love to keep that momentum going today. Let's hit 2 more. So we're at 35 by the end of today, meaning we'll only have 5 goals to go when we resume on Sunday. Because remember, tomorrow is my day off. Okay. Shall we? Well, let me do the shout out for Cade. Cade did a $2 super chat. Will Walmart do anything about the Switch 2? No. Walmart doesn't care. Walmart has no power to fix anything. They gave me an account credit. I have an account credit. Like, that's a big deal. I can't use it on a Switch 2, so it's pointless, but they gave me an account credit, okay? That's it. That's all they're willing to do. They admitted they screwed up. It's their fault that this whole thing happened, so they credited my account. Not that it's going to get me it, so I already said there's no point in talking about this moving forward. As I told you, if I get one, I'm not telling you anyway. It's no one's business because I don't want these people messing with it. So we're just going to stop talking about Switch 2. There's no point. Okay? Okay. All righty. No, you cannot have my Walmart credit. You can kiss my hairy butt, though. There you go. See, that's why I'm apprehensive. Blucher says, I wonder what the cost of international shipping would be. That's that's why I'm apprehensive about being like, yes, if we have a marathon and it's well supported, the top contributor, I'll mail one of the vests. Because I'm not kidding. This is the truth. I swear to you. Decade ago, this was 10 years ago, I was selling, or not selling, I was giving out the Project 7 t-shirts from 2012 for people who were pledging to my Patreon. Okay? The pledge was 20 bucks. You would earn the t-shirt if you pledged 20 bucks. People would earn the shirt and I would go to mail it to like Europe and it would be $45 to mail it to Europe. So I was losing like $25 on the thing. Why am I doing this? Now that was a decade ago. Now can you imagine what it's like now? It's probably like $100. So now imagine me, the vests are large and puffy. Now I got to package this thing into a box and mail it to someone across the globe. It's probably going to cost hundreds of dollars and the hassle of doing it because now I got to find some kind of a shipping box to fit it in, pack it, go to the shipping store to mail it out. So that's why I'm kind of like, I'll be honest, I would much rather buy someone a vest online and ship it directly to them to save me the hassle and logistics. But no one wants that. People want the original vests that are in my closet, you see? So I said I have boxes in the cupboard. I never said I have any boxes in my cupboard. I don't have a cupboard. The fuck are you talking about? Anyway, um, let's see. Again, I'm considering it, but I'm not guaranteeing it. Plus, as we said, right now, we don't know if we're even doing this closet clean out and vest hat retirement stream. We may be just doing viewer's choice. So if that's the case, you know, I don't know. Okay. Flatman B is here. He did a $5 tip, our first tip of the day. And he says, much love, everybody. Jesus bless you all and positive vibes. Thank you, Flatman. Good to see you here today. Let's get you on the leaderboard for our first tip. Okay. Flatman B. There we go. Minor brain fart this morning. All right. Rubger just did a 20 knock super chat, which is the equivalent of $1.90. I know because they did one the other day. So I actually remember what it counts for. And he says, hello, boss. What's going on? Good morning, and thank you for the super chat. Stormforce Gamer says maybe do like a $50 Amazon voucher instead of mailing out vests. Well, here's the thing, Stormforce. There's no point. If the idea is the top contributor gets the reward, what value is a $50 Amazon? See what I'm saying? Oh, I contributed $100 to Phil's stream and I get $50 back on Amazon. I get it. The point is, these are vests that I've worn on stream. It's kind of like a piece of clothing that you've seen a celebrity wear or a pro wrestler wear. People like it as a collectible, right? I get that. And the truth is, no one has that. I have never given out anything that I have worn or anything like that on a stream ever before. So I get the value of that. I do. But I I think it's really silly. And again, the logistics of it and everything. No, not the cowboy hat. The cowboy hat I'm keeping. Absolutely not. The cowboy hat is my hat forever. That will be a hat that I wear from time to time for special events and things. That cowboy hat ain't going nowhere, man. Too much history between me and the cowboy hat to be giving out the cowboy hat to viewers. Hell no. The vests I don't give two shits about, to be frank with you. I don't care about the vests. They don't really mean anything. But the cowboy hat I've had for so long. I wore it on every Ask the King episode and everything. So there's no way I'm giving that out. Okay. Bookworm says, I bet people would buy them on eBay. Yeah, but the thing is, Bookworm, they would just abuse eBay. They would do fake bids. They would pay and then pull back their payments after I've shipped it. So it's not worth the hassle. I'm not stupid. I'm not born yesterday. That's how they fuck around. I've already told you guys, there's absolutely no way a detractor would ever actually financially positively contribute to my content. They'll throw a dollar tip here or there or something because they're morons. But you noticed when we tried on Smart Guys to have entire segments that they would have wanted to see, and we said, well, all you got to do is let's hit the goal, and then I'll do 10 push-ups or I'll do this or that. No one contributed because they're not actually wanting that at all. They want to make fun and ask for stuff thinking I'll never do it. They don't actually want the thing. Do you get it? They want to say, ha, we found something Phil won't do, rather than actually saying, oh, we actually made Phil do it. They would never pay for it. So, like I mean, I would do this eBay auction for the platinum vest. We'd have $1,000 bid on it, and then it wouldn't be real. It'd be fake, you know? You will throw me 20 gifted subs right now if I take my shirt off. All right. Summer 092 says if I take my shirt off, they'll do 20. Drop 20 subs right now, and I will take my shirt off. 100%. I promise you. I promise you. King's word, I will take my shirt off if you drop 20 subs right now on Kick. So go ahead and do it. Let's see. Put your money where your mouth is. Cade did a $5 super chat there. Scorned lovers, they want to see you fail. You never will. The king reigns forever. F Nintendo, F Walmart. There you go. Thank you, Kay. That is the biggest super chat of the day. 13. If anything, my arithmetic will never falter because I have to daily add all day for contributions. So that's good. It keeps my mind sharp. When people say, why don't you do these things automatically? Well, hey, it keeps my mind sharp. I got to do math all day. It's good. Okay. Sell a spurt of my cologne in a jar on Amazon. There you go. All right. Well, guys, like I said, let's get some support rolling. All right. One thing this week that has been definitely slow has been Kick. Usually on Kick, we get a good amount of gifted subs. This week, we probably got between 30 to 40, but usually I get way more than that. Okay. In fact, on Kick, subs are way down to the point where I'm looking, and overall, we've lost over 100 subs over the course of the week. So, if you're watching on Kick and you like the stuff and you want to hit the goals and you want to see fun content, please support it. Please gift some subs. All right? If you can. Yes, I will type my name in chat. There you go. All right? Let's get it going. Oh, excuse me. Oh, man. Indigestion. Sorry about that. I definitely want to get momentum continuing here this week. We're back 5 straight streams of hitting the goals, right? Let's keep that going. Let's hit a milestone. Last time we were at what? 13. We got 12. That's right. We were at 12, and then we faltered at unlucky 13, right? So this time, let's do it and let's pass it. Let's get to 13 and beyond this week. Let's tie that streak that we had last time, okay? So let's get it going. Thank you, guys. All right. What I like to do is I would like to talk about the schedule first so you guys know what's coming up in the week. All right. I want to talk a little bit about Claire Obscure, give you my initial thoughts on the game. And then I want to do some reacting. The Ghost of Yotei trailer has released. It was the release date trailer, right? And Street Fighter 6's Elena gameplay trailer. I would like to watch and react to both of these today. Okay? Cool. Skip Mondays for the streak. Yeah, I don't know what it is. It's always on Monday, isn't it? It seems to be a Monday that I never hit my goals. I hit my goals every day but Monday. What's wrong with Monday? What happens on Monday? Is it a bad day or something? I don't know. By the way, you notice the person said they would drop a 20 sub bomb for me to take my shirt off, and they've dropped nothing because they're a liar. You see? That's what I mean. every detractor says they'll do something and then they won't do it because they're pussies. You understand? They're full of shit. They never ever actually mean it. Vod, oh, what's up, Vod? Yeah, Vod, I don't know yet, actually. Um, because I don't think it shows up. You have to wait an entire day. Yeah, you have to wait an entire day for YouTube to process the day before. Yeah. Let me see. I'm trying to find it, but yeah. I don't think that the analytics for yesterday have processed. That's the problem. Yeah, the analytics didn't process yet. Nope. Yeah, it's only up to the 23rd. Yep. So there's no way for me to see until a day or two has passed. So it's just dumb. On YouTube, it really is. Like, you can't even see anything for days on end because they want to sit there and have it process and stuff. So, if you don't know what we're talking about, last night, VOD44 did a 50 member bomb. And the problem is, it's so hard to know if you can trust someone gifting memberships on YouTube in a big bomb like that because people know the exploit that you can use to basically get them like only a few pennies each. So I didn't know if to count them, but I gave him the benefit of the doubt. And he's asking me in chat, did it clear yet? Can you see it? And I'm like, no. YouTube, like the analytics take like 2 days at least to clear. I won't know what I made yesterday until like probably like Sunday. Cade, of course. No problem, Cade. Yeah, I know to trust you. Oh, yeah? Stormforce Gamer says Robocop Rogue City Unfinished Business is coming out July 17th. A new trailer drop. Is that a DLC? There's a DLC for Rogue City? That's kind of cool. A little late, a couple of years later, but that's neat because the game was good. Okay. No, we won't know if the 50 bomb was real or not until over the weekend. So I guess I'll check in on it in a day or two. Okay. Schedule wise, here's what's coming up over the course of the next several days to week. Hold on. Turn this off here. So today is More Clear Obscure Expedition 33. I had a great time with this game yesterday. I'm going to talk about it in a moment and give you my full thoughts, but looking forward to more today. And then tonight, Blueprints to conclude my streaming week. The last stream of Blueprints was amazing. Absolutely amazing. We unlocked tons of rooms. We unlocked permanent unlocks, upgrades. It was great. So I cannot wait to play again tonight and take advantage of all these things that we did. Okay, I hope that you will join me for that tonight. Tomorrow I'm off. Then on Sunday, it's Oblivion Remastered continuing. We're going to keep going with that until we see if it retains interest or not. I'm not sure if it will, but we'll find out. And then my weekly Disco Elysium stream will be Sunday night. And then Monday, More Clear Obscure and Minecraft Chill Night. And then Tuesday, Oblivion and Blueprints. And FYI, I already know Wednesday. Wednesday will be More Clear Obscure and concluding the Piranha Plant Lego build. All right? So that's the foreseeable future, FYI, everybody. Okay? Cool. Now, Clear Obscure, I played yesterday for the first time. About 2.5 hours of gameplay. Here's my initial thoughts. The graphics are gorgeous. Literally gorgeous. Okay? Super duper good. The music, outstanding soundtrack with vocals and everything. Beautiful soundtrack. The story, unique, dark, interesting, riveting, and it hooks you. So now I'm dying to keep playing this game because the story is interesting me a lot. I want to know what's going on in this world. Is it actually supposed to be Earth or another parallel dimension? What's actually happening with the countdown? Who is the paintress? All these questions, right? Very interesting. And the gameplay. Well, the gameplay we've only had about an hour of because the entire first hour and a half of the game yesterday was actually story. But when we got into the gameplay, there was interesting platforming. There was exploration and hidden items and areas, optional, like kind of mini bosses. The combat itself is very interesting because it's turn-based, but it's very complex. Each character has their own unique element. You know, the main character, Gustav, is it Gustav? I can't remember. Has his own kind of charge thing, where as he attacks, he charges up charges. Then he can do an overcharge move that's super powered. The other character, Looney, I don't know how to say their names. She has magic abilities. So she has all these elemental magic spells she casts that allow to have different buffs and things the more that you cast them. So it seems like each character will be different. Also, there's guns, kind of like Persona. Remember in Persona, there were guns as part of the combat? That's part of the combat, shooting weak points. There's active dodging and active parrying, which is very unique. In the combat, every enemy that swings at you, you either have to dodge or parry their attacks, and it's tricky to do. Each enemy's different, and these enemies hit for a lot of damage, okay? So I like that. I like the leveling system. Like, it's very unique and interesting. I would compare it, it's like a combination of Final Fantasy X, Lost Odyssey, and Persona. That's what it feels like to me. And I'm having a blast with it so far. Already, I fought an optional mini-boss that was incredibly tough and would insta-kill you if it hit you, so you had to play it perfectly, dodging every attack, or else you couldn't beat it. Pretty neat, pretty challenging, okay? So far, so good. We're in the midst of exploration and this kind of dungeon, so I'm looking forward to more of this as soon as we jump in today. I'm really having a good time with the game. I hope that you guys will continue to show up for it. I've heard great things about it. I've heard it's lengthy, it's fun, everyone's loving it, but let's face it, RPGs don't always work in my content, so I'm hoping that this one will work, but I guess we'll find out, okay? Okay. I received a $2 tip. Someone says, you should do a bad game marathon. Stuff like terrible NES games, like LJN crap. I think someone trusted could set up the emulator, but it's a pretty easy. It would, right, like that's the problem is the availability and the way to play the games. That would be the challenge there because sadly, there just is no way to legally play a lot of old games anymore, right? Like Nintendo put out some of them on the Switch emulation, but they're not terrible games. Everyone knows that there's a huge game catalog of NES, Super NES, Genesis stuff that's terrible, but how do you play it? You're right. I'd have to set up some kind of emulator, and I don't have that right now. That would be a lot of effort. For me, my biggest problem right now is time. My problem used to be my tech and money because my tech was super outdated and I didn't have enough money to really formally upgrade it and do good things with it. Now, my tech is fully upgraded. I have the funds to play or do whatever I need to do. The problem is I don't have the time. These ideas that you guys come up with are like time-consuming things that I just don't have time to figure out because I'm here streaming all the time, right? So hopefully we can figure some stuff out. I guess we'll see. But I like the idea. I do like the idea, but the question is, how do I make it viable, right? Zangief over on Kick says Nintendo would send you to the Shadow Realm in seconds. See, I don't know. I think it depends. It depends on what it is. So, okay. All right. Well, good stuff there. Shall we go ahead and do some reacting? I think this will be fun. Do some reacting to some trailers. Okay. So Ghost of Yotei has released a release date trailer. And what that means is it's a trailer that has a lot more revealed about the game information, but also its actual release date. I like it. Funny, it says likely mature 17 plus because I guess the ESRB didn't rate it yet. And they're like, well, they know there's gore and combat with blood and stuff in it. It's probably going to be mature. So I have not seen this at all. Okay. So for the first time, we're going to watch this together. And let's see what we can figure out about Ghost of Yotei coming out later this year. Here we go.
Onryo.
The Onryo were a group of fighters, assassins that wore those special masks like that, right? I believe. I think that's what was their trademark, was that mask.
A wandering spirit seeking vengeance.
Onryo mask. I forget that it was Sucker Punch that made these, actually. I totally forgot.
Who are you?
Who the hell are you?
I thought we killed your whole
Nice teeth.
family.
The snake. The Oni. The Kitsune. The spider.
So is she going after each person who
Dragon.
murdered her family?
Lord Saito.
Wait a minute. So is it like Kill Bill? Maybe that's what it's like, Kill Bill, where she's going after the assassins who murdered her family, but she's the only one that survived. So yeah, I bet that's what it is, actually.
What are we going to do with this one, Saito?
I'm sorry. It came to this, little wolf.
So did they try to kill her and fail? And then she grew up, came back, and she's out for revenge? That's the story?
Situ Rainu. Why do you always call me that? It means one.
Is anyone gonna tell her about her lipstick?
Who is easily lost in the hunt.
Don't tell Granny about her lipstick. She's very self-conscious. She gets very upset. Bring it up. Oh, here we go. Look at the gorgeous visuals. Oh my God. You know, I just realized this is going to be on PS5 Pro. Do you remember how good Ghost of Tsushima looked on PS4? Can you imagine how amazing this is going to look on PS5 Pro? This is going to be sick, man. All in cinematic 20 frames. I don't know why this trailer's in 20 frames. It should be much better. I don't know why they do this.
I have to go home. Back where all this started.
There you go. There's your date. Awesome. I'm definitely excited for that. Like I said, Ghost of Tsushima, that was the summer of 2020. Everyone was stuck at home because of COVID, and everyone played that game together, and that was it was this awesome communal feeling. Like everyone was enjoying the same video game at the same time, and it was like a masterpiece, right? And it was Sucker Punch. Out of all the companies to make a game, Sucker Punch made that game. But like, what the hell? How did they pull that off? So I'm very excited for this. Seems like an interesting plot, right? As long as it's similar elements, better graphics as the first game, I'm down. The first game was outstanding. I think we're going to love this game, especially again, because it's going to be on PS5 Pro. So you know how well it's going to run. It's going to be gorgeous, right? Looks good. Looks good to me. I just wish that, honestly, they wouldn't release these trailers at such a low frame rate. You know, like there was absolutely no reason to have that run at like 25 frames. It should have been 60. But for some bizarre reason, they all do this now. They have their trailers come out at a low frame rate. But looks good to me. Excellent. Okay. All right, that was the first thing I wanted to watch. By the way, I'm being told this Robocop. What is this Robocop? Let's go to YouTube. What is it called? Robocop, Rogue City, Unfinished Business. Is that what it's called? Yes, here it is. Official story trailer. Oh, it's a standalone experience? Oh. I didn't realize it's a standalone. I thought that it was a DLC. That's actually good because that's actually really good because I played the original on console, so it wouldn't carry over, but I can just play this just on PC then. By the way, hello Voltage. Thank you so much for a $2 super chat. He says, get some Taco John's tonight. I don't know what Taco John's is. I'm pretty sure it doesn't exist where I am, but thank you for the super chat there. Uh, Hello Voltage. I'll be enjoying some Italian food tonight. Haven't had Italian food in a long time, and my wife is making a Italian bake tonight. So I'm very excited for some pasta, some delicious chicken sausage, some chunky Italian tomatoes and sauce and everything. So, I can't wait. You guys know me. I'm Italian. Italian food, man, hits the spot. Very, very good. Okay, should we watch this? All right, let's watch this. So, I was just told that RoboCop is going to have a new standalone game experience this summer. It's called Rogue City Unfinished Business, and it's a spin-off and follow-up to Rogue City from a couple years ago. I loved Rogue City for what it was. Certainly, it had a lot of shortcomings because it's not a AAA studio, but apparently this is cool because this is a standalone, which is excellent. A standalone game. It means you don't have to have the original game or have played it. I played the original game on console. This time I would play this on PC. So here we go. Let's see what happens with this. Unfinished Business.
What will make Detroit safe? The right people with the right tools. OCP's technology is such a tool. However, wielded by the wrong hands.
Breaking news. An attack on a Metro West precinct has occurred.
Hypothetically, it's possible to make a machine that would take control of all the OCP devices.
Does that building you call Omni Tower possess such capabilities?
Wasn't this the actual plot of one of the RoboCop games or RoboCop movies? I feel like it was, right? I totally feel like that happened. Like all the OCP devices got taken over. Yeah.
All squads, code red. RoboCop is here. Backup is needed in the main lobby.
Why do you need the OCP hijacker?
You'll find out sooner than you expect.
Can I reach the mercenary leader without running into civilians?
I am the only one who can guide you through it. And my name's Miranda, by the way.
This is the day we've been waiting for. We're ready.
Caution. The highest degree of safety has been
Ooh.
Eyes on target. RoboCop's here.
Who are you?
Don't you remember me?
All right, July 17th. All it says is PS5. Is it PS5 exclusive? Maybe I'll be playing this on my PS5 Pro then. But I mean, even then, still, you know, I played the original on Xbox, so good that it's a standalone experience. I wonder how long it'll be. I wonder what it'll cost. Does it say? No. It doesn't say. Darn. I wonder. Because, you know, if they price it like 30, 40 bucks, then it's probably pretty lengthy. If they price it at like 20 bucks, it's probably short, right? So, huh. All right, well, interesting. Looks good. I think that's something for the summer, July 17th. I'm going to add that to my list right now. Cool, let's do it. Let's add that. RoboCop Rogue City Unfinished Business. Let's add that to July 17th on my release calendar. Sounds good to me. Same day as Donkey Kong Bonanza. So it could be an interesting release day. Cool. All righty. Let's see here. Did I like the first RoboCop movie? Yes. Yeah, I guess it's unclear if it's a PS5 exclusive or not, huh? Dabhan says, I think it's going to sell for 25 quid, so around $34. Then we don't know. It could be lengthy, it could be short, you don't know. It's kind of middle of the road, right? Rick Grimes Dime says it's $60. What? Then it better be a full-length game. Huh. It's on Xbox and PC as well. I'm going to play it on PC if I can, obviously. Is it on Steam right now? Can I look at it? Let me take a look if it's listed on Steam. Well, I'll add it to my wish list, but sadly it doesn't say pricing. Okay. Nice, neat. That's a good one, because I really liked the RoboCop game. So that's right up my alley. Okay. Okay, I received a $5 tip. An anonymous tipper. Hold on one second. Let me add this to the leaderboard, see what they have to say. Let's get this counted first. Up to $22 of support and climbing. Thank you all. Please, again, let's keep that momentum going. Let's keep the goals hit for the rest of the week here. So, with the GTA 6 around the corner, will you consider buying the collector's edition as a one-off special occasion? Perhaps we can get a tip goal to achieve this. It would make a great unboxing with your new camera. Oh, we don't know what it comes with, right? They haven't announced it yet. Maybe you get the PC collector's edition and do an unboxing on release day and everything. We could. If you guys think that it would be something fun to do, what do you think? Should I get GTA 6 Collector's Edition on PC? Pay the extra insane amount of money? That'll probably be like $400. Oh, that's right. It's not PC at launch. It's just going to be PS5 Pro, right? Oh, yeah. Maybe. Maybe I should do that. Maybe I should try, or at least try to get it. It's probably going to be ultra expensive. But, yeah, I could try. Try to get it on PS5 Pro, Collector's Edition, see what it comes with. What will it come with? Yeah, I know, PC, because here's what they're going to do. They're going to release the regular edition on PS5 and PS5 Pro and Xbox, right? Then later on, they'll release another edition. Then they'll release the PC edition, so you have to buy it 7 times. You have to buy the game 7, 8 times. That's what they always do. Okay. All right, we ready for this? Let's do this now. Beats in my head. If you have no idea what I just did, you don't know about Street Fighter 3. And right now we're about to watch the Elena gameplay trailer. She is the final Street Fighter 6 expansion character for the Season 2 DLC pass. She's coming June 5th, the same day as Switch 2, one of the most boneheaded decisions ever by Capcom, but I digress. Let's see what she plays like.
Taking a life and giving life? Fighting and living? I wasn't looking to fight to the death.
Is this her theme?
Time for us to dance.
She's gonna have a lot of counter hits. She's gonna look fish for counter hits, I know. And crumples. Oh, that's the overhead.
What do you say? How about you dance with me?
The capoeira dance style fighting. Launch her into her anti-air. Yeah, see? This her move, step back counter hit. Was that 3 lights? I think it was. Oh, she can go under fireballs. That's cool. Oh, she has an air juggle super. They changed the properties of that from Third Strike. Looks completely different. She hands you an energy drink? Oh, God. Oh, she has her alternate outfit is Street Fighter 3. Baited. So everything has a juggle property. Like, literally all her moves have juggle properties. A 2-hit overhead. So it's a hit confirm. Yeah, she can go through fireballs. So basically, she can go under and over fireballs. So she's going to finally negate the fireball idiocy of some people online because she can go all around it, right? And it looks like basically there's a few moves that she has that create juggle state, not just one, but it looks like there were 2 or 3 that creates juggle state. Although you're not sure how viable it is because it looks like they all used meter. All those juggles used meter. Every single one that I saw. She did have a really simple hit confirm with the lights. It looked like it was like crouching light, standing light, crouching light into move. And then she had a 2-hit overhead. So that's a hit confirm overhead. So if the first or second hit gets blocked, you know not to keep going, but you can do it safely. And if it hits, then it's a hit confirm, do your combo. Interesting. I don't know about damage output, right? Okay. Healing. Yep, she has healing. She has a super. But you saw that? She has a super that heals, but she has to connect first with the combo. So she does have healing, but it's not like it used to be in Street Fighter 3. In Street Fighter 3, her healing super would literally be just you knock the enemy down, heal, and you get like a chunk of your life back. Now you have to combo into it, I guess, right? Interesting. Okay, anything else? Nope. So June 5th, and yes, they're selling a special edition of Street Fighter 6. It's all of the DLC characters and all of Outfit 1 colors for $60. And they're selling that on June 5th. So if you don't want to be nickel and dimed by 1 million season passes, you can buy the basically complete edition. I do find it absolutely ludicrous. It doesn't have all the outfits and all the colors, right? If they're going to sell it for $60, it should just have everything. Because let's be honest, someone might actually just buy that even if they own the game and be like, oh, I can get every outfit in the game in every color for $60. I'll just buy it. But it's not. No matter what, if you want to get all the outfits and all the colors, you have to spend like hundreds of dollars on the game. Seriously. It's like, I think it's like someone did the math. It's like $300 or something like that to get them all now. So, she looks interesting, but I don't know. Like I said, she seems like a character where she'll be good for getting around certain types of characters. Anyone like who throws fireballs, she can get under or over. But can she hang? What is her, how are her priorities? It looks like she's a character that throws out moves for a counter hit, and then she can rush in and do a punish combo. But how viable will that be? Will the other rushdown characters be able to just blow her out and dominate? Right? That's the problem right now is the rushdown characters have such high priority that when you try to get a character who's a new character, they get beaten because their priority can't hang. So I wonder. I guess we'll have to see. Okay. All right. Elena and Street Fighter 6. There you go. People are asking me, am I going to get Street Fighter 6 on the Switch too? No. Why would I do that? I'd be a moron. Why in the holy hell would I do that? Okay. All right. Well, we covered all the stuff that I wanted to do on the show today so far. So, what would you guys like to do? I'll let you guys direct the show. Tag me in the chat. Let's see what you want to talk about, some Q&A or whatever. And let's get some support going, please, guys. Right now, we got a super chat. We got a sub. We need a membership and we need excuse me. We got a super chat. We got some tips. What we need is a membership and a sub, okay? No, Dabhand says, did you see that they've ported Mortal Kombat to the Switch? It looks horrendous. No, I didn't see that. That's funny. Thoughts on Shannon Sharp allegations? Who the hell is Shannon Sharp? I don't know who that is. Who's Shannon Sharp? Can I talk about my history with ARPGs like Diablo and what one you like the most if you don't like the genre at all? If I like the genre at all. I played Diablo 1 and 2 back in the day. I was addicted to them on PC and I used to play the hell out of them. In my early college days, I'd be up late at night grinding in the dungeons, going for rare loot and stuff like that. Very addicting. But when I went to play Diablo 3 as a YouTuber, it didn't work. People found it incredibly boring. And this is back when everything I did was popular, okay? People just found it super boring, and it actually was a pretty unsuccessful playthrough of mine where people weren't really watching it. And then even Diablo 4 a couple years ago, same thing. People said it was boring and not interesting. I just don't think it translates well into a playthrough for my style and my audience. You know, they just don't really like it. I missed a new trailer from Doom. Oh, no, I didn't miss it. I just don't care about it. I'm going to play Doom the Dark Ages anyway. It's on Game Pass, and I'm going to play it on keyboard and mouse to see if my experience feels better than Doom Eternal, but I'm just not super excited for the game. I'm not. I didn't like Doom Eternal at all, so I don't think I'm going to really care that much about Doom the Dark Ages, you know? We have not had a chance to work on any new merch designs, Bookworm, so that's why I haven't talked about them or anything. What would you guys like to see for merch? You guys tell me, what would you guys like to see for merch? What's the lighting theme today? Aurora Borealis. It's supposed to be the northern lights behind me today. Pretty interesting. Do I like Robocop 2? Yeah, I like Robocop 1 and 2. I don't like 3. 3 was awful. What's my favorite FromSoft game? Tough to say. You know, Dark Souls 1 is the one that started it all for me. So I still have like a special place in my heart for Dark Souls 1. Bloodborne is amazing. You know, probably one of those two. What about Smart Guys merch? I have all kinds of logos and things for Smart Guys that I could sell, but right now I don't even know if I'm continuing with Smart Guys. When am I going to return to Street Fighter 6 now that all the hard sweats went to Fatal Fury? Probably the earliest I'll play Street Fighter 6 again will be the Elena DLC. But the thing is, I'm taking a break from fighting games right now. I'm going to go back to them in May when the new Capcom collection releases that has Capcom vs. SNK 2, Street Fighter Alpha 3 Upper, Capcom Fighting Jam, and those games. So I'll play that, and then maybe I'll go back to Street Fighter 6 in June. We'll see. I don't know. I'm really just not into it right now. I'm bored. I didn't play Demon's Souls when it was new. I played Demon's Souls much later. I like it, but that's why I say that, you know, Dark Souls was the one that started it all for me. No, I'm not doing WWE Champions content anymore. That got so boring within a couple of months. That's why we stopped. DSP tries it's doing fine. It just gets views over time. If you take a look, all the DSP tries that I put out recently all get 1,000 views at least. Every single one. So they're doing fine. That's the target, is around 1,000 views. If it gets bigger than that, it's usually because it's a special promotion or something a lot of people are more hyped for. But yeah, they don't get it initially. It takes a little bit. Like within like a week or so, usually the DSP tries to get about 1,000 views. Is this a new shirt? Oh no, I had this one last year, right? I had this shirt last year. It's just I used to wear it buttoned, so I would wear it like this. But now I felt like putting it on as an overshirt over a cooling undershirt. This is a bamboo thread undershirt that I'm wearing. It's very cooling for the summertime. It's very nice, sleek and aerated. It's a very nice shirt. Any games I'd like to see a remaster or remake of? I keep telling you this. Infamous. Infamous needs to be remade because Infamous is a great series and no one talks about it anymore because they just left it alone. It died with Infamous Second Son, which didn't do so well sales-wise like they had intended. And then they just dropped the whole series, which is ridiculous. Infamous is really good. It's sad to see it go. I want it to come back. What's Jasper up to? He's fine. He's chilling. He's in here a few days a week. He's usually here on the podcast, and then usually he just lays on the floor. Where do I get this? Amazon. You get everything on Amazon. Bamboo thread. I have all kinds of bamboo threaded underclothing now, and it's very comfortable, and it all aerates beautifully. It's really good stuff. You get them all on Amazon. The views are not low on DSP Tries It. I just addressed what you just said, 2Bucktam. They're not low. The views on DSP Tries It are good. They get around 1,000 views each. They don't get it immediately, but they get about 1,000 views each. Sometimes they get more over time. It depends on what the subject matter is, but they're not doing poorly. I think you're listening to some idiot and you're listening to the wrong narrative. They're not doing poorly at all. They're doing fine. Look, literally every single episode has 1,000 views or more. Here, the British Cuisine did over 2,000 views. That was the meat pies. Chick-fil-A has like 990 something. Okay. McDonald's has 1,400. Taco Time has just over 1,000. Little Caesars has over 1,200. Popeyes has over 1,000. Now, I just uploaded Chipotle, so give it some time. But they're doing fine. I don't know what you're talking about. You got to stop being so negative and toxic about shit. They're doing good. No, Chipotle was not good. I'm probably not getting it again. What about Infamous Second Son that I think didn't resonate? Well, a couple things, okay? Number one, the main character, I feel, was not as interesting as Cole McGrath. Cole McGrath was an interesting character with different levels to him, right? His backstory and stuff. With the character, I can't even remember the name of the main character from Infamous Second Son. I feel like he was way more boring. His powers weren't as interesting, right? Because remember, he could have different kinds of powers, which didn't make sense. Like, that wasn't the point. The point was that you have one kind of powers that you can level up. And I think the character's powers were, like, very variable, depending on how you played him. It was just weird. It didn't feel as good. And the story also wasn't as good, you know? The only thing that Second Son had was graphics. The graphics for the time were quite good. I remember that. But outside of that, the character wasn't as interesting. The story wasn't as well written. And I think that the powers weren't as fun. It was like a triple whammy. Will I slay the Ender Dragon? I don't know. I don't know what we're going to do in Minecraft. And I like not knowing. I like that factor of we play it by ear. What's my favorite book? That's a tough question. It's a really tough question. Like, the original Jurassic Park and Lost World are actually really good books. Actually, the books are better than the movies. I actually read the original Lord of the Rings books. Those are actually really good too. I don't know. Yes, I'm going to change my background for next month. What am I going to change? Well, when we finish the Piranha Plant will be back there. Okay. I'm going to get rid of the Pac-Man lamp. I'm going to get rid of the Metroid Lego. I'm going to replace those. I'm going to have new animations here. So I'm going to mix it up like I always do. No, I'm not into watches. I feel like a watch at this point, to wear a watch is just, it's a thing of luxury that you don't need. And, you know, everyone has a phone that tells time. So having a watch is basically a show of like, oh, affluence. I bought a fancy watch that looks good, right? You don't need it. It doesn't really serve a purpose. So I don't have one. No, I never played RuneScape at all. Don't know anything about it. Yeah, I can't wait to play more Expedition 33 right now. I'm very pumped to play it again. The game looks outstanding. Daphne says, watches these days are more Fitbit type things, counting your steps and calories and all that. What I have for breakfast, I had a egg white, turkey sausage, and mini ciabatta bread sandwich. So it was healthy. Like 200, I think it's like 250 calories and a whole bunch of protein. With a black coffee. That was my breakfast. Is there a chance I'd go back to console Minecraft and tour my old world? No. No. No, I don't buy the sandwiches at Costco. I buy them at the grocery store. What advice would I give to my younger self? I told you, really, the thing that killed me over the years was oversharing. Telling too much of my private life and sharing too much of my private life and making it public. And then, these nutcases turned that stuff against me and used it to hurt me many, many times. It resulted in horrible things happening to me that put me into a lot of problems. So for me, if I could go back to my younger self, I'd say, listen, understand that what happens online should be kept online, and there should be a separation between your public persona online and your actual private life and who you really are. You deserve that. It shouldn't be that everything is completely shared and everything is spoiled on the internet, and now everyone can use that to publicly harass you, deride you, mess with you, etc. I feel like if over a decade ago, I had that information, right? To know, because back then I was like, oh, who cares what I share on the internet? No one gives a shit. None of this means anything or matters. Do you really think when I started doing that 17 years ago, I thought that 17 years later, this would be my full-time job? I would be known all across the internet as a longtime content creator. You know what I mean? Like, no, not at all. I didn't take it seriously at all. I thought the whole thing was a joke, quite frankly. So to know that, right, I probably would have done things a lot more safely. That's probably the one piece of advice, And all right, there was one other piece of advice too. It's very simple. If you're going to ever do business with others, like you're going to do an ongoing show with someone else, you're going to do content with someone else, you should have a clear-cut agreement in place so everyone understands the scope of work, what's expected, how you're going to benefit from it, whether there's pay involved, whether you're going to get other benefits. It should all be done ahead of time. Because sadly, that's where I got into big problems with my old friends working on projects and things. And then nothing was agreed to. And then years later, they reveal, oh, we were very unhappy with how that went down and everything. It's like, yeah, but you never told me. You held it in. You kept it private until only years later you let it get built up and then you exploded. And even then you still didn't tell me. You made a public video about it that you uploaded to the internet instead of telling me privately. So how would I ever have a chance to fix the things that I was doing wrong in your opinion? And the answer is I never did. So absolutely, those are the two things. Being more private, having that separation of public and private and not oversharing with the internet, and always having clear-cut understandings and agreements in place when you're working with others, so that way there can't be misunderstandings and people who have, bad feelings later on. Brad Owen did a $5 super chat asking, did I ever get a chance to check out Bruce Lee's grave in Seattle? Because I enjoyed your Seattle vlogs. No. To be honest with you, I didn't even know his grave was in Seattle. So no, I did not check that out. See here. I received a $3 tip. This should be an amazing playthrough. I can tell you the combat, music, and environments of the game get better and better. The fact it's considered a discount title, but low-effort annual games are full price is backwards. Thankfully, the game already seems to be a huge breakout sales success despite being on Game Pass. Yeah, can I be honest with you? Like, I'm excited to play more Expedition today and moving forward as a playthrough, but I'm going to be honest with everyone here. I'm nervous. You want to know why? Yesterday, when I started playing the game, attendance dropped and support faltered. Like yesterday, we hit the support goal before the stream started. And then as I was playing the game, guess how much I raised? $40 during the gameplay segment. So does that mean today when I start playing the game, all of you are going to leave and then it's going to be low attendance, low engagement, low support playing this game? Because I think it's good and I want to play it. It looks like it's a great game, but I don't want this to be another metaphor. I need people who understand RPGs to actually show up, engage, and support when I play an RPG. And I am nervous that today, already, we're going to have an issue where we're going to have difficulty hitting the goal. Everyone's going to leave, and it pisses me off. I love RPGs. You know that. You guys fully supported Suikoden. I did a Suikoden marathon, or not marathon, a Suikoden playthrough where every stream we hit my goals. Why can't we also do that for the modern RPG that just came out that apparently is amazing, right? No, Zangief, that's bullshit. He goes, I think it's because people don't want to have the game spoiled. How can you have the game spoiled when I'm playing it in 2-hour segments and I'm balancing it with other games? If I was someone who was playing this game hardcore, 8 hours a day, and I was planning to beat it in like a week, then I would say, okay, people don't want to be spoiled. I play at such a casual pace. I played 2.5 hours yesterday. I'm going to play another 2.5 hours today. I'm going to play another 5 hours over the next week. So within a whole week of the game being out, I've only played 10 hours. The vast majority of people playing the game are way past me, so that's bullshit. It's just an excuse is what it is. It's not that at all, trust me. Yes, I would love new fan art. NJZ says we should start brainstorming ideas for your new show. I'm down for that. We have to, that was a good idea, a variety show where basically I can do all kinds of stuff. Maybe every once in a while I talk about different topics like pro wrestling or politics or news stories. Sometimes we react to content that you guys send to me to watch. Sometimes I might have a guest call in on Discord on the show and we have a conversation about something. Yeah, it could be interesting for sure. What's up, Carlos? How you doing? Yeah, a lot of games over time have been canceled in development. It's sad, but that's life. For every few good games that were in development and got canceled, there's 5,000 shitty games that weren't canceled and actually came out. Is there a special tag you need to use for sending fan art in an email? No. No, but understand that a lot of times email with attachments gets flagged. And there's nothing I can do about that. So I may not see it. You know, I don't know what to do about that besides if knowing if you sent something, I can check my spam. Game Boy, how are you today? Welcome. What did I think of Fighting EX Layer? It was crap. Fighting EX Layer is a case of a game that had too many factors to it. And once people started making the custom, whatever they were called, grooves or whatever, they were broken to hell. Everyone had super armor. Everyone could attack through your attacks. It just doesn't even feel like a fighting game anymore. So it was broken. It was a broken mess. I wish that it was better because I like the fact that a smaller company could maybe make a fighting game that could compete and hang with, say, Capcom, but it just didn't. Like, just the gameplay was not good once people started messing around with the custom stuff. Nope, I haven't seen anything on Mind's Eye yet. I don't know what that is. I thought the Street Fighter EX games were all right. They were okay. They weren't, that was the thing, like, they were cool because they had Street Fighter characters in 3D for the first time, but they certainly didn't play as smoothly or competitively as the mainstream Street Fighter games. They were fun mess around games, but I never, like, took them too seriously. Boy. What are you talking about? We already did Chipotle yesterday. We already did Chipotle. Carlos says the fact that some people that made Expedition 33 actually formerly had come from Ubisoft really puts the talent left talk and lets it start to sink in. Yeah, I mean, that's what we talk about. Like, why can't Bethesda make a good game now? Because the people who were good left. Every big game that Bethesda comes out with now is a shadow of anything it used to make back in the day. Why can't Ubisoft make a good Assassin's Creed? Because the talent left. I was just saying this to my wife this morning. I said, compare Assassin's Creed Shadows to Player Obscure Expedition 33. Yesterday, people said, Phil, you should install a mod right away because just to warn you, just like Assassin's Creed Shadows, the cutscenes in Expedition 33 run at only 30 frames per second, so there's a mod to fix that. And I said, I don't want to mod it yet. Let's just play it and see what happens. And as it goes to the cutscenes in Expedition 33, they're gorgeous. Now, they're only 30 frames, but they're gorgeous because the graphics are amazing and it looks like a movie. It looks like you're watching a CGI movie. It's that good. When you play Assassin's Creed Shadows, when it goes to a cutscene, the graphic fidelity of the game purposefully dips. It looks terrible. There's no detail on the characters. The lighting and shading is bad, and the frame rate dips to below 30 frames per second. That's different than it looking like a cinematic movie like it does in Expedition 33. And that's a multi-million-dollar game dev company with hundreds of people working on a game versus 30 people who worked on Expedition 33. You know? Why? Because there's talent. The talent made Expedition 33. The B team made Shadows. Get it? The rubes, the idiots. Oh, give me 7,000 tools to do my job for me, rather than actually having the talent to do it yourself. That's who made Assassin's Creed Shadows. We just watched the Elena gameplay trailer. You missed it. I reacted to it. Rewind a little bit on this show and you'll see me react to it. I would hope that GTA 6 is not delayed. I feel like this year, a lot of game devs are holding back because they think GTA 6 will be the dominant force in gaming for 2025. Everyone's kind of anticipating that being the big one, the bomb that's going to drop. So I think some game devs are waiting and they're going to delay their games till like next year to stay out of that landscape. So I would hope it doesn't get delayed. Do I have any hope Outer Worlds 2 will be as good as the first game? Well, if you remember in Outer Worlds 1, the lore and writing and the story elements and the dialogue choices were the best part of the game. The combat was repetitive and boring. It was. It just felt like an afterthought and it was too easy. So I feel the best way they could improve Outer Worlds 2 would be to have similar levels of story and dialogue and pacing and stuff like that, but to improve the combat to the point where it's engaging and fun rather than just feeling like a repetitive chore. I don't know if they're going to do that. I don't know. I guess we'll see. But if it's just more of the same, then no, I don't feel like it'll be as good as the first one. What badges are there on Kick? There's the VIP and the OG badges. The VIP badge you can get if you gift 25 subs, and it is a cool crown that you get next to your name that's very unique. It stands out. The OG badge I only give out during special circumstances. I don't always offer it. Usually it'll be like a day where I want to be sure that we hit our goals, or maybe if we're rallying to try to get to an end goal, then I'll do it. But it's not every day, and right now I'm not offering it today. So... Yes, Outer Worlds was more of a linear action RPG. The difference being you could do the worlds in different orders, remember? You didn't have to do the whole game in the same order, basically. That was the difference about it. The rumor is GTA 6 will cost $100. What are your thoughts? If it's long enough, has enough content to warrant $100, I don't care. Like, seriously, if it's a game that's fun to play, fun to watch, right, is going to give me 60 to 80 hours of amazing content, is going to be one of my most successful playthroughs of recent times, I don't give a shit. I'll pay $100, right? If the game is just underwhelming, more of the same, repetitive garbage, then it ain't worth that, right? Congrats. Jade Van Zyl said they just platinumed Indiana Jones and the Great Circle on PS5. Great game. I really enjoyed it. It was surprisingly good. It's pretty much better than my expectations, so. Usagi Jojo, I didn't even do a Lego City Undercover playthrough. I only played it like twice. Evoker to the Face just did a $10 super chat, which I believe is our biggest one of the day. Says, I'm looking forward to more Expedition 33, Phil. I'm 9 hours in myself. It's fantastic. Really a breath of fresh air. More of these open world games nowadays. Yeah, I like that. That it seems like this game is going to be well-designed, specially curated areas, right? Rather than, big open world, insane amount of content, but it's not special, not well designed. I'd much rather have that. Like, for example, that was my problem with Elden Ring, is that the open world areas just didn't feel as good as the legacy dungeons. Give me way more legacy dungeons that are linear. I'd much rather have that than open world repetitive slop. Thank you for that, by the way, Evoker to the Face. We're at $40 of support now, guys. Let's get some more. Let's get our first sub of the day over on Kick, and let's get a membership on YouTube. We don't have any subs or memberships. Kick has been slacking this week really badly. Like I said, we lost some 100+ subs on Kick this week because we haven't had many over there. Let's get some support over on Kick, please. Why did I stop drinking seltzer? Honestly, I just forgot to buy it one week. No lie. There was something else in that aisle that I needed, so I grabbed that and I forgot to buy the seltzers. And my wife said to me, "You didn't buy yourself any seltzers this week." I said, "Oh, shit." When we were unpacking, we realized it. So that week, I just drank the filtered water, and then I realized the filtered water's fine. I don't really care about the seltzer anymore. And this way, I burp way less because I used to belch profusely when I was drinking the seltzer because of the carbonation. So now I don't belch like crazy anymore, right? So there you go. Dr. Ding Dong, there's no way to play playthroughs on retro hardware because there's no way to capture from retro hardware. For example, if I could get a working PS1 and play an ancient PS1 game and do it on my modern setup, that'd be amazing. But how do you do that? It doesn't have HDMI out. See? Come on, over on Kick, let's get a gifted sub right now. Let's do it. Someone right now be the first person to step up, take control, get some recognition, and gift a sub on Kick right now. Who's going to do one sub on Kick right now? I have never heard about that, Cade. A reverse osmosis water system. No, Carlos says you could just buy an adapter. Wrong. The things that you're talking about don't really work. They're horrible. They used to sell them for the Wii and stuff. They're garbage. Those adapters that are cheap. Oh, it's $10. You can play HDMI on your PS1. Lies. What happens is it completely destroys the signal. It desyncs the audio in the signal. The signal ends up being blurry and shitty. They're awful. That's why they're $10. You have to get like an advanced, really good thing to be able to do it. And they're expensive and they're complicated. There you go. Dumpstack says Retro Tink 5X Pro is what you want, but they're very expensive. See here. There's one here for PS2, N64, Dreamcast, Saturn. It claims it's $80. Claims there's no lag. It's called Retro Scaler 2X. Yeah, they look like they go for roughly around $100. Good ones, that is. Good ones are around $100 from what I'm seeing. Wonder if they really work or not. I don't know. By the way, I don't have PS1 hardware either. Share the record. Where did I get this shirt? The store. I don't remember what store. I told you last year, I went to a bunch of different stores. I went to like Marshall's. I went to a place called Plato's Closet, and I just went and bought designer shirts for discounted rates. You know, I probably paid $10 for this shirt, and the shirt probably retails for like $50. I just went and got everything on a big discount. Kmart. Kmart still exists? I thought Kmart went out of business. Do they really still exist? Kmart. There's like one Kmart left in the whole USA. Guys, come on. So the podcast is about to end. Let's get one sub on Kick before the podcast ends right now. And let's get one membership. Let's get one membership on YouTube gifted and one gifted sub to end the podcast. Perfect ending. Then we will have contributions in each realm. We'll be around a third to our goal, right? Let's do it. No, I didn't get one. No, I didn't. There was no gifted subs. What do you mean I'm gatekeeping where I got the shirt from? I'm telling you, it was just one of these discount places where they resell designer products at a discount price because they didn't sell it at like the department store or whatever. That's where I bought most of the stuff. And then recently I went to like Kohl's and I got a bunch of new ones for this year. So it's a combination of stuff I bought last year and this year. That's what I'm going to be variating between over the spring and summer. Come on. No, we're not. We're not going to get it. So I just got to end the show looking like a schlub with no members and no subs. Well, that's not acceptable. King has been displeased today. I do want to say thanks to Zangief. I don't know if he's still here, but Zangief gifted a bunch of subs last night. And that was appreciated. Thank you, Zangief, for that. I'm not going to VR chat. Fuck VR chat. It sucks. It's shitty. If I don't receive a gifted sub right now, I will disable all channel points on Kick. Since no one will contribute, I will withhold the perks of being a Kick chatter. I will reverse them right now. Crack the whip. Take that. Do I think Claire Obscure could be Game of the Year? I mean, it depends. I don't know. It depends. I mean, can it be Game of the Year at the Game Awards? No. No, I doubt it. The Game Awards are stupid as hell. You know what's funny? What was Game of the Year last year? What was it? Astrobot? Oh, was it? Yeah. Astrobot? That was Game of the Year 2024. I mean, that's how pertinent the Game Awards are. Right. Astrobot. All right. It's time to end the show, everybody. Obviously, no one has anything to talk about. We're not going to get the sub. It's not going to happen. I tried. I really tried. All right, everybody. Well, remember, I am not here tomorrow. All right? I return on Sunday when I'll get you all caught up with everything that I did on my day off. Any gaming news or anything going on, obviously I'll talk about how Expedition 33 and Blueprints went today and more. Thank you all for a great streaming week. I really enjoyed it, and I will see you Sunday. Peace out.